everybody. I am en route to surgery. It is dark. Maybe not so much now, but just dropped the kids off, and now we're heading over to the surgery center. It's my plastic surgeon. And yeah, I took my Valium, which will probably kick in at any moment since I took it 20 minutes ago maybe. Feeling kind of nauseous and nervous, and I don't know, it's gonna be weird. See, this works better. It's gonna be weird. I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna go to be put out in one body, and I'm gonna wake up in another, and it's gonna be really odd. The thought of it is just really weird. So yeah, that'll be just great. I'm a little nervous about what post-surgery will look like, but hey guys, and I'm not too afraid of pain, but not loving it. not loving the idea of it.
There goes the diazepam.
What? Okay, so according to my husband, my Valium has just kicked in. Does it just kick in?
Mm-hmm.
How can you tell?
Oh, you're high as fuck.
Oh, he says I'm high as fuck. I don't know.
You're slurring your speech a little bit.
I'm slurring my speech a little bit. Yeah. So this is kind of like the great mind fuck. That's what I've been calling it, the great mind fuck. So you go, like, I'm literally going to wake up and I'm going to have, like, boobs that are in my face, and which is going to be odd. Yeah. I was just telling Scott this morning that it was interesting. It's interesting because my whole life I've kind of been told that the body that I have is not the body I should have, and now I'm kind of getting the body that I theoretically should have, and I don't know what it's going to look like or what my reaction's going to be or anything. So yeah, basically it's going to be really interesting after this is over to see what I look like and how I feel, and just what that's going to do to my brain. Waking up with boobs in one's face is many people's dream. That's probably true. It's not that I have a problem with boobs in my face. I've just never had them in my face before. So that's going to be weird. I've never, and they're going to be mine in my face, which is even weirder. The surgical tech said something like, you wake up and they're swollen and they're up here, and then like over a couple weeks they settle down, and then like in the third month they fluff out. I have no idea what that means. I don't know what fluffing out means. So yeah, I've also read that you really don't see like the surgery at its absolute best like until probably 6 months to a year out, because the swelling can be pretty bad, depending upon the person you are and how your body reacts, that you could still be feeling kind of bloated for quite some time. So I'm going to be wearing all the compression garments I possibly can. I'm wearing my compression socks right now. Thank you for the good luck. And hoping for the best. When I had my arms done, I did swell up the next day, but I think it lasted like 2 days.
Something like that.
Like 2 or 3 days, and then it stopped. So hopefully, this is a much bigger area we're dealing with, but hopefully I won't have very much prolonged swelling. I've been told if I can make it through the first 2 weeks, then we're golden. I don't know what making it means. Probably making it without feeling like I want to shoot myself. He keeps saying that the arms are worse than this, so my arms were really easy as far as I was concerned, so maybe this won't be so bad, but I'm trying to prepare myself for however bad it can be.
Prepare for the worst.
Yeah, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. Yep. So that's where we're at. Supposed to be there for 7:30. The anesthesiologist called me last night to get all that stuff together and figure out if I had any problems. He says that I am no risk or very, very low risk for anything weird happening. Same thing the doctor says. So hopefully this will be short, sweet, and uneventful. I hope. What? Okay, so I need to, in my state, I need to help navigate. So I'm going to sign off now. If you're really interested in knowing how things are going, feel free to message Scott or text him. I'm sure he'll post something when I'm out of surgery to let everybody know that.
Well, you're going to be my primary concern. People can wait on news.
Right. Yeah. He's going to get me settled and then maybe say something.
Yeah.
Maybe if I'm feeling well enough and not totally passed out, I might actually post something. But I will just say the disclaimer is that I probably will be using voice to text, so don't laugh if it comes out all crazy. So on that note, I'm going to go. Thank you for all the good thoughts and wishes and prayers. I appreciate all of them. Love you all so much. Keep me in your thoughts, and we'll see what happens. We'll see you on the other side. Hey everybody, it's a lot easier to do this than send messages and texts because my fingers are not finding the keys right because I'm on a lot of drugs. But everything went really well yesterday because I took about 10 pounds off. What else? Just in a binder, which I have to wear for a couple of weeks. I'm sleeping in the recliner, which is the most comfortable. The pain is very manageable with pain meds. The only time it really bothers me is when I have to get up to the bathroom. So walking is a little challenging, but I try to do some every day. That's about it, really. Like I said, no real pain. My dressings seem okay. Scott's been checking them. And, yeah, I'm alive. I've just been sleeping on and off because I've been taking my medication. And, I'm probably going to go back to sleep in a minute. But just wanted to let you guys know how I'm doing. Not in any real pain. Discomfort, more like it, but it works. I'll talk to you guys later or tomorrow. Thanks. Bye. Hey everybody, it's me. Just giving an update on how day 3 is going. I'm not as sore as I thought I would be in the abdomen. It's more the sides. The doctor took off about 10 pounds of skin, and he tightened up my saddlebags and my hips, so it hurts a lot when I get up. That burning sensation from the stitches. Otherwise, I've been getting up at least a couple of hours to the bathroom, which is becoming less and less excruciating. Tired as all get out. I've just been sleeping and sleeping and sleeping. But nothing crazy. I don't think it's as bad as my arms were, but it's not great, particularly because the hip area is where the sutures are. So every time I sit up or get up, it burns really badly. I go back tomorrow, so hopefully I can remove some of the bandaging. I have no idea what I look like at all. So it's kind of weird. But yeah, that's the day 3 update. I'd like to also send thank you to Jed and Colleen for sending me such wonderful things to keep me occupied. I really appreciate it. I love you guys. Bye. Doctor's appointment today. We did a lot of debriding, wound cleaning, removing of stitches, expressing of some more blood from the hematoma, just generally cleaning up the surgical sites. They say everything looks good, I'm healing well. It's just, I've had a couple of setbacks, but they're normal, nothing too bad. I wish I could explain, excuse me, how much energy going to the doctor takes out of me. My appointment was at 11, got home at noon, and I think I slept for 7 hours as soon as I got back because it's just exhausting. The exhaustion with this surgery is so incredibly worse than it was with my arms. It's like 100 times worse. I'm not complaining about it. I'm just stating this fact. I keep forgetting that. It was a huge surgery. He removed 10 pounds of skin off of me, from everywhere, from front, sides, back, whatever. So that's a lot of healing and suturing and stuff to deal with. On the positive side, I'm under 170 pounds, which is the lowest weight I've been probably in forever, which is kind of nice. I'm still taking pain medication as needed, and generally I take them whenever I go to the doctor, and they've been poking around inside me and cutting stuff because that kind of really hurts. They still want me to take the Valium because the Valium, aside from the fact that, Valium does what Valium does, it actually helps with the nerve relaxation and muscle spasms, so it keeps you kind of like relaxed enough to recover. Can't walk anywhere really for anything. The bathroom is about it. The stairs are killer. I spend most of my time in my recliner with my legs elevated, trying to keep blood in my face. But I'm not complaining. I'm just counting off the reality of what this is like. So this is a really hard one, and taking a lot out of me, and it's going to be quite a recovery. Thank you to everybody who sent cards, even Christmas cards. It was nice to see them. My biggest regret was that I never got a chance to get them out before I had surgery. But I love seeing everybody and their families and everything. The biggest other annoyance is my sleep schedule is totally off because I can come home from the doctor, pass out, and then I'm up all night. But then I'm kind of not up all night, but then I am up all night, so it's kind of annoying. Otherwise, aside from the fact that I think my dog thinks I'm going to die every time I leave, things are pretty good. The kids have been really excellent. Scott's been amazing. We can't even begin to start listing all of that. My appetite's somewhat back. Been eating a lot of strawberries and fruit and trying to have protein shakes, but like nothing sounds delicious or tastes delicious. I'm just trying to keep as much fluid inside as possible, but maybe as I get a little bit better, I'll start getting my appetite back. So that's the report from day, I don't even know what day it is today, the 26th. 26th? It's the 26th. This is from 16 days out, so not too terrible. Love y'all. Talk to you later. Hey everybody. How you doing? It's me. I just wanted to come on really quick and give hopefully like a really, really quick update. This hopefully won't be like a 20-minute long conversation, but you never know. I've gotten a lot of text messages and DMs asking about complications that I've kind of alluded to with my surgery, and people asking, oh my God, are you going to be okay? Like, what kind of, is it really bad? Stuff like that. And I just wanted to say first, thank you for reaching out and for caring. And then second, I just want to say no, these are not life-threatening complications that I am experiencing. I guess to just put some of it, in perspective, what I'll say is, to explain a little bit of what is going on with me is that I didn't just have a tummy tuck. I had what was called an extended abdominoplasty. So also sometimes it's called like a 360 tummy tuck or a complete body lift. There's literally like maybe a space of 4 inches on my back that were not cut. So he basically cut me all the way around when he did it, and he lifted it, and he also cut me down my center of my chest to get rid of the skin on that. So if I hadn't mentioned, I had 14.5 pounds of skin removed, and then I had like another 6 lipoed out. So this was pretty major surgery. And I also had a breast lift and then also a breast augmentation. I had breast implants because I had lost I lost pretty much everything in that area, a lot of the fat, and it was just nothing but skin in my breast. So to even out my body and to give some fullness after the procedure was done, we chose to put in implants. So the first thing, usually when breast implants are given, they're usually put in above the wait, I can't remember now. Oh, wait. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Really put below the muscle, your pectoral muscles, because it's just a way that they settle, and that's kind of like standard procedure, and it helps the muscle, helps like it settle and whatnot. So for me, for about like this whole summer, probably about 4 or 5 months before I had surgery, I was going really hard at the gym, and on purpose. It was strategic. My trainer and I chose to do, chest, back, and shoulders as like really hitting the points that we wanted to get, because we knew after I had this procedure, those would be areas that would be a little more difficult to work on right away, or even just in general, until stuff started like loosening up and not feeling as tight. So it was probably a good 3 months in between my initial consultation with my surgeon and then when we were actually there going to surgery. And not 3 months, there was a pre-surgical the week before, but he was like, wow, you have really defined pectoral muscles, like your muscle tone really increased a lot in your chest and back area, my shoulders. And I was like, yeah. So they actually put mine above the muscle. So it's going to take a little longer to settle, because he didn't want me to lose any muscle definition or anything like that. So that's, it's going to be a little longer for those implants to settle the way they do. And it's just because he knows that I lift weights and I want to keep going, and he did not want me to have an issue with that. So having said that, that's what I had done. When you have with the abdominoplasty, he lifted, he pulled, he removed, he tightened, made like a corset, and everything kind of comes to a nice, I don't want to know, like where you would wrap it all up down the middle of my chest, like down the middle of my stomach, underneath my breast area. And then, of course, where the belly button is, and then a little further down there. So what happened, and then with the breast implants under the breast is where the incisions were. So he had told me this before I had the surgery, that area of the abdomen where everything kind of comes together is an area that's really hard to heal. And if anything goes wrong, it's usually in that area because it's just, I guess, a lot of pressure and a lot of just, where a lot of pieces are coming together. And unfortunately for me, I had gotten a slight infection in that area. So nothing huge, nothing that caused major drama. It was an infection because basically what you're doing when you're tying all of this up is you're trying to reconnect blood vessels together. You're putting skin attached to muscle. And for somebody who, like myself, was very heavy and then lost a lot of weight, with the blood vessel situation, it's almost like trying to connect a straw to a hose. And sometimes it doesn't work. And then you end up with some necrotic tissue that's mainly fat. So that's what happened. So we opened up the stitches and they removed the dead tissue, cleaned out the area where the infection was. I went on antibiotics. It was fine. I didn't really even get that sick. It was just a little pain. It was painful. And instead of restitching me up, it's kind of been left open. Now, it's not like you can look inside and see my organs or anything like that. It's the muscle wall. It's kind of like watching skin grow back over. It's like just tissue, and it's very sensitive, and it's painful and as it grows. So it was rather large, and as time has gone by now with it healing, it's shrunk and shrunk and shrunk until it's going to close by itself. We've gone through several iterations of wound care, from the most, I don't want to say severe, but the most aggressive, and then down to now we're using silver nitrate pads, which is just basically algae from dead seaweed that goes in there and cleans out everything, and it's amazing actually to watch happen. And it's just a packed wound that has been there. Unfortunately, where it is right in the middle of my stomach, right below your belly button. So bending, reaching, anything really kind of can be painful after a while, especially if I overdo it and, do lots of laundry or do whatever. Some days I'm just kind of an asshole and I kind of overdo it. So that's where it's very painful. And then I had a similar situation under my right breast, which was more alarming because if the infection had gotten really bad, I would have had to have lost the implant, and then we would have to have surgery again to replace it. So we did the same exact thing. We opened up the stitches. We've been treating it with wound care. We're allowing it to heal by itself. They cut out any of the tissue that was infected or dead. They checked the implant to make sure that it was fine. Everything is fine. So now I've just kind of been healing since probably the 3 days after. So this whole last 6 weeks have just kind of been me, really my body focusing on healing those two main areas, and then everything internally that was cut and sewn back together. When he removes the skin, the parts that remain get attached to the muscle wall directly. So when those start healing, things start getting really tight and you can feel them, and it starts getting sore, and it's like wearing a corset. Right now, I kind of liken it to wearing a belt that's a little too tight, or if you've worn tight pants and you went out and ate a lot and you're kind of stuck in them. That's kind of how it feels. Easily kind of taken care of with Tylenol, but annoying nonetheless. So I will say that out of either one of the complications, the breast one hurts the most because of just the fact that I am in the stage of healing, and this is true with all breast augmentation, where you have to wear a bra 24/7 so to keep them lifted. And as you could probably tell, the underband of the bra is right exactly where this injury is. So I have to have tons of padding to make sure it's okay. Cannot wear underwire, etc., etc. So it's uncomfortable. So that's kind of what I've been referring to, and that's why this healing process has taken longer than usual. A lot of people have said, we had a tummy tuck, or we had this, and it only took 6 weeks to heal, and they always say after 3 to 4 weeks you can go back to work and blah blah blah. And yes, if I did not have either one of these complications, I would probably be sore and tight and moving around, but I would actually probably be up and running around and probably even trying to dip my toes back into getting into the gym and working on stretching now, the new muscular kind of situation that I have going on. So I'm still not healed. I'm not going to say it's not a huge wound comparatively to what it was before. It's very small, but it's still not an insignificant open place where the sutures are on either one of them. It's taking time to heal. I keep kind of explaining it as my body is kind of dividing all of its healing abilities amongst a lot of different places right now. So like it's concentrating on my stomach, it's concentrating on my right breast, it's concentrating on my entire body around where I was cut. So there's a lot going on. So I imagine that it's taking probably a little long. Well, it is taking longer than usual. Yesterday I went to the doctor, and he seems to be amazed by like how fast everything's healing, and he's really happy with progress. Like I said, this small infection, it never recurred. I give mad props to my husband because he's the one who's doing all of the dressing and cleaning and sterile. Like, he is the man, he's the nurse, and he's done it. And every time anybody says like, you look great, I'm like, talk to that guy right there. Because I can't, our bathroom looks like a clean room in an ER or something, because we have all these medical equipment, like all these medical supplies, and Scott is just like every 2 days he's right there changing the dressings and keeping everything great and making sure that the wounds are, the openings are clean and healing properly, and it would not be that way without him. And my doctor's like severely impressed by this. So yesterday was my, I had been going weekly. This last was 2 weeks. This last appointment was our 2-week one. He was really happy with everything. He was just like, everything looked great. Checked everything. Removed any more sutures that were kind of popped out. Like they disintegrated or come out. And so they took some out. Did some wound cleaning, just because they do look at it and they check it and then they want to like redress it. And it's painful because this area, especially the one on my stomach, is very sore. It's very like sensitive. It's like a raw wound. So like, it's actually blood. You can see that blood vessels have reformed, muscular tissue is reforming, skin is reforming. So yes, it's as painful as it sounds. And when somebody like pokes it, it hurts. He actually takes these like sticks, these like really long sticks that have silver nitrate on the end of it to clean out my breast wound, and he's like literally sticking it in there, and it's painful. So when I say like I go and then like I'm wrecked for the whole day and I'm like hurting for 2 days after, it's because, oh my God, this guy just took a stick and poked it inside of me and inside a wound that's open. So yeah, so that's what's going on. I don't have to go back for another month now, unless something, serious changes or anything like that, which is great. I did straight out ask him, like, is it totally normal for me to be feeling like varying degrees of shit, like every day because of this? And he's like, absolutely, you're healing, your body is like sucking up protein, you're healing, you're not healed yet. And it's really probably not going to feel any better until each of these areas is fully healed. He thinks my stomach will probably heal before my breast, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm not like, it's like a race to see which one's going to be the winner or something. I have gone from probably having about 5 to 10 minutes of stamina to about probably like 2.5 hours. So I've been walking around doing things like laundry. Actually, Scott and I went to the store yesterday, and that was really rough walking around. I came home and took a nap for 4 hours, ate something, and then went right back to sleep. So it is hard, and it's just really like because my body is just expending so much energy to get me well again that I just feel like crap some days. And days that I I shower and change dressings every 2 days, and days where that happens and stuff gets touched and some stuff gets poked and prodded, it hurts. And then I hurt for like the entire evening, and I hurt maybe some of the next day. So it's kind of like this repetitive cycle of being poked, prodded, and sore. But that's the way it is, and that's the update. He thinks by next month things should be looking much better. My surgeon thinks my stomach will probably be healed by next month. I have no idea. We'll just keep doing what we're doing. But that's the update I wanted to give, and I wanted to just say thank you to everybody who's reached out and asked me, oh my God, what's wrong? I just wanted you all to know that this is what it is, and it's nothing life-threatening. I was never going to die or anything like that. It's actually a very common side effect complication that can occur, especially when it's people who've lost lots of weight. So he did warn me about it beforehand. It wasn't something that came up like out of nowhere. It's not been something I've been happy to have to deal with, because I can deal with anything and any kind of gross blood, anything on anybody else, but when it comes to myself, I can't. So it's really hard for me to like sit here and know that I like for the beginning have this, and it's taken a lot to get used to like actually look at it. I still haven't even looked at what my underbreast looks like, so I'm like, I can't even like that. I just don't want to. I don't want to know. So that's why Scott's been dealing with everything. But yeah, so I'm alive. It's not life-threatening. It never was life-threatening. We caught the infection early, and my body's been reacting very well to all the treatment and care that it's been given. My doctor is very happy. We're very happy. I'm not so happy because I'm bored out of my mind, and I'm ready to like start. My brain is ready to start doing stuff again. I am a creature of habit. I like my routine. I'm ready to start doing my life again, but I can't do anything until at least my stomach heals, because bending, stretching, twisting, all that stuff is kind of required to take part in my daily life. My doctor, and we talked about it, there's an emotional side of it that's very real. There's like a lot of loneliness at times. There's a lot of sadness, depression, because you're missing out, which he talked about. And he's very like, you should journal this, you should try meditating. You know, he's very like, try other things to keep your mind off of it. Because it's like I've binge watched everything I possibly can on Netflix and Prime and Hulu. So like I'm really at this point where I'm tired of sitting. I'm not a sitter. I'm usually somebody who does I'm a doer. So not been thrilled with the extended recovery time. But all that aside, everything's going really good. Thank you for caring. I was never going to die or anything like that. Please don't worry about the complications. When I say complications, I'm just talking about the healing of these like last couple of sites that we had, that I had sutures in. And, you know, just understand that if you had an open wound on yourself, it would probably hurt too if somebody was poking around and touching it and having to clean it out and everything like that. So when I say I'm sore from that. Also sore because I feel like everything's tightening up, so I have to kind of like work with it. The healing process is way more painful than the actual like day after the surgery. I will definitely say that. And yeah, that's all I really wanted to address, because I felt like people were really getting worried, and I didn't want them to think that it was like worse than it really was. I mean, it sucks, but it's not life-threatening or anything like that. It's just kind of inconvenient. Nobody likes to be sore or in pain. It's, you know, basically it just kind of feels like on days that it hurts, it's like a constant throbbing or like feels like poking. And so I take Tylenol, and it helps, but that's the way it is. So thank you for everyone who cared. And I guess I'll give another update when something exciting happens, or somebody asks me something that, you know, I feel needs to be addressed. But in the meantime, thank you everybody for caring. Thanks for all the well wishes, and I'll just, you know, keep documenting what's going on as I can for those who care. Okay. Dog barking, which means time for me to go. Have a good one, guys. Hey guys, it's me. I'm just calling to give a little bit of an update, or just to be like, look, I'm outside and I'm actually wearing like real clothes and I'm not stuck in my recliner. So, yeah, isn't that exciting? So I've started kind of walking the dog.
once or twice a day this last week. Probably, like, I started Wednesday when I probably started feeling well enough to do it. And that's kind of easing me back into my hair doing the crazy shit. Easing me back into some kind of like exercise or just even like movement, which is good. Not gonna say it feels great. I do feel nauseous, but eventually that'll go away, I think. I go to the doctor again on the 28th, and I'm extremely hopeful that if not both of the open incisions that I had are closed, I would think that at least the stomach one would be, because it's really healed really fast this last 2 weeks. So I'm kind of excited to see what will happen in another 3 weeks. And then I'm hoping from there he'll tell me that April 1st I can go back to easing myself in the gym, and then I'll basically start to get my life back together. I've been doing a lot. I took down all the Christmas decorations yesterday and the tree and everything, and that took about 2 hours, and it was quite a little workout. Been doing laundry for a while, folding. I still, because my stomach and my abs are so tight, it's still hard for me to reach into the washing machine. So I have to get like Scott to do that for me, or I can, if he's not around, I'll do it, but it's painful. But otherwise I've been doing laundry, started cleaning a little bit. I think it's probably going to take me about a month of, just getting myself together. And, it'll take me a month to get the house back in order. Not that it's a bomb or anything, but it's just like, when you had like other people in your house, like we have a housekeeper, and then like we've had our in-laws stay and stuff like that, and they've come visit. Do you know when people kind of come over and they like do your dishes or put stuff away and they don't really know where they go, so they just kind of estimate where they think it goes? It's kind of like that. It's not that it's a mess, it's just like things aren't where they normally are. So it's going to take me a little while to like find where people have put. It's like a scavenger hunt, like find where my measuring cups are and put them back where they go. So it's not bad. It's just people were trying to help. So, it's just stuff like that needs to get worked on. I feel like such a fat ass because I'm like huffing and puffing, but this is like the most exercise I get. I've gotten in like, today is exactly 2 months since I had surgery. So that's the other thing. So I'm happy how the results are going. I'll post a video later, but I did my weight and basic measurements today. Thanks, Jen. And I'm in the 160s now. I'm 169. So that's a number I haven't seen in ever. So I feel like we're doing a good job. I'm doing a good job. Thank God Scott's been there to help. And there goes my dog. Okay, I guess we're going across the street. So like I said, I'm trying to just walk and make that be like my easing back into activity. That and stuff around the house. So I think we're getting successful in that. Like shit. I can't wait to get a facial and a manicure and a pedicure. And now that I think I'm going to start trying to drive next week. I'm going to try to pick up the kids from school, see how that goes. And if that's uneventful, then I'll get back to doing that. So slowly returning. Like I said, I'm happy that I could just get the dog around the park a couple of times a week, or, I try to go once a day. And like you see, it takes a lot out of me because it's the most exertion I've done in 2 months. But, so that's just a quick update I thought I would show everybody that I'm alive and actually out of like the house and in clothes. So I'll post a video of the weigh-in and everything if you want to check that out, just to keep track. It is 2-month anniversary today. Today, 2 months ago, we had surgery, so I think we're doing okay. Still healing the open incisions, but I really suspect at least one will be fully healed by the time I go back to the doctor at the end of the month. So that's kind of like the really quick update in my world. And I'll give you like a little dog view. Dave, say hi. Hi. So with that being said, and I will now bid you farewell because I'm going to go inside and sit down for a few minutes and try to rest and then maybe make dinner. Have a good night, guys.